How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be checking out 5 Polish habits Americans don't understand. So I'm an American, and we're going to see if I understand these. Yeah, 5 Polish Americans won't understand. If you enjoy this content, make sure you check out their channel. I'll put a link in the description. Check it out.
Dzień dobry, cześć and hello. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about 5 Polish habits that I think, for the most part, Americans wouldn't really understand. So before this video gets started, I just want to say that most of these are really just generalizations and they're not completely 100% true. So anyways, guys, let's just get started. So the first time I was walking around in Poland, I saw a babcia walking around with a plastic bag, and the plastic bag had an H&M logo on it. A babcia walking around. Let's just get started. So the first time I was walking around in Poland, I saw a babcia walking. Guys, let's just get started. So the first time I was walking around in Poland, I saw a babcia walking around with a plastic bag, and the plastic bag had an
Babcia. I wonder if that's a trash person?
H&M logo on it. So I'm thinking, wow, this old lady is actually shopping at H&M. I was so shocked, but no. In reality, this lady is carrying around this plastic bag basically just to reuse it and to transport stuff from place to place. So I actually found this really interesting because I saw a lot of other people reusing bags, and then the first time I actually had to pay for a bag, I was shocked. And it's not something that we have to do here, but stores are now starting to implement that. Like Lidl is starting to do that. Aldi's is, I think, as well. And I hope.
Yeah, Aldi's is a German company. They actually are like almost the only ones that I know of that does that. But yeah, you have to buy your bags here and they give you boxes. This is a great concept. I also like the whole cart thing. Put the quarter in, and if you take it back, you get your quarter back. If you don't take it back, then you don't get your quarter back. But if somebody else takes it back, then they get your quarter. So I think that's a really good idea. We do not have that. In fact, we have these big cart thingies, which I do have a video of. May just pop it in here, maybe not. That once you're done with your cart, you just go over there and put it in this thing. It's supposed to be for convenience, I guess. But yeah, you just put it in this thing, and then the worker comes out, loads them all up, puts it on a machine, and it rolls them back in. Sometimes they don't have the machine. You just gotta roll it in yourself. You're pushing like 20, 30 carts at a time. So I'm sure that's pretty heavy.
Walmart does eventually, because honestly, it's a really good thing that we should be.
And it's a really good thing. Yeah. So in our defense, not in our defense, but in our defense, we don't always just throw them out. Just throw the plastic bags away. A lot of people, and it's been this way since I was little, they just always kept it. They take one bag and then put all the other bags in the bag, and they keep those bags for like oddball things. Like, for example, I'll put them in my small little trash can in my bathroom. It fits really good. It works. Why not use it? Diapers. Poopy diapers. I will put in bags and tie them up before I throw them away. But also, half of these bags, or I'll put cooking grease in it. Like after you cook hamburger, then you drain it and then you put the grease in the bag away. I mean, there's all sorts of little things that we can use them for, but on the other hand, a lot of them have holes in them. A lot of them can't be used a second time. And so, yeah, it's a lot of waste. And I think we should do this. It would help in many ways, if we just went to this whole. I don't get why we don't. I really don't. We're wasteful Americans.
doing is basically just charging people for the bag, and this is going to incentivize people to basically just use more reusable bags, and this will be better for the environment. So yeah, and I think Polish people all in all are more resourceful due to like communist times when they, didn't have the options to everything before. They basically had to be creative about what they were doing, and because of this, I think it's made Polish people a lot more resourceful now, especially. All right, so the second one is hardworking, and on average, Polish people work 42.5 hours a week, compared to in the US, that's 33.5 hours a week. So yeah, this is quite different, and honestly, I was shocked to see that the average amount of time worked a week is less than 40 hours in the US. Honestly, I thought that was more, especially with some of the jobs that I've worked at, especially in construction in like the summertime, you're working over 40 hours a week guaranteed. So yeah, that was quite interesting to see, but yeah, Polish people work on average a lot more than Americans.
So I know that's not the case in Germany. I know that most people do work a full-time job, and here a full-time job consists of 35 to 40 hours a week. A lot of people work 12-hour shifts. A lot of people work overtime and weekends. And it's not just you ask if you could work the weekend. It's you have to work the weekend if you want this job type thing. So yeah, I really want to know if Polish people do work more than Americans. I know that in this time and age, it's gonna be really crazy what it's going to be like in 20 years, especially with the work economy. I work at a restaurant, and I work with a lot of teenagers. Not that that matters. I don't mind working with teenagers, but it's the new Gen Z group. I've never ever seen day in my life the work ethics I've seen from these Gen Z kids, and it is ridiculous. They struggle working 4 or 5 hour shifts a day, or 4 or 5 hour shifts 2 or 3 days a week. And they're so exhausted, and they don't. I have not seen one that works good yet. I really haven't, and that's sad.
Let me know your reasoning down below. Is it simply because they have to work so much simply to pay rent, or is it because they're working so much just to work so much? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm quite curious. All right, so the third one on this.
Well, for us, it's work to be able to live, to be able to pay bills.
List is hospitality, and this is honestly my favorite. The first time I went over to Poland, I was greeted with the most amount of hospitality I've ever had in my life, and honestly I was so shocked. It was like confusing because I walk into the door of my girlfriend's house and there's like drinks, food laid out all over the table. Everyone's there greeting me. It was kind of overwhelming for me, but at the same time it just felt so nice, and it was just such a kind gesture to have and to feel, and it was just very amazing, very nice. But yeah, honestly, it really just sets the vibe. Every single time I go there, it just feels so nice and welcoming every single time I go. And I mean, I've felt hospitality in the US to some degree, but it is not even close to what I have felt in Poland. Definitely not even close. Like, people aren't all over you, welcoming you, giving you drinks and stuff like that, making sure you feel welcome. It's not to the degree that Poland is, and because of that, it really sets Poland apart from the US. Alright, so the next one on this list is being.
I really like that. I like that concept of being able to. I cannot wait to be able to go to Poland and see for myself the little different things between Americans and America and Poland. So I'm really excited about it.
being into nature. And yes, this is kind of generalizing, and there's lots of Americans that are into nature and things like that, but Polish people are really into foraging, like mushroom foraging and blueberry slash like berry foraging, currants, and you know, all of that stuff. And this is really not as popular as it is in Poland compared to as it is in the States. And seeing people into mushroom foraging and blueberry foraging honestly makes me think that this is probably stemmed from the communist era, when food was really on rations and people, you know, had to stand in line for food and they were only allowed a certain amount. I'm guessing that, you know, you could basically just go in the woods and find your food there, and in some cases that was probably easier. So I'm guessing it stemmed from that, but I'm not completely sure. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. And yeah, this was definitely something that was really interesting to me, because I've never seen or met an American that's ever said, you know, they like to go mushroom foraging or blueberry foraging. I've just
Mushroom foraging. When you talked about mushrooms, I instantly thought like mushroom hunting. Can't find. Oh dang! I can't find it. If anybody will kindly let me know down in the comments what that is, blueberry picking, and is it mushroom hunting? Is that what's going on here? That's what he's talking about. I found a couple mushrooms in my yard the other day, 4 of them, just randomly. It was really cool. I don't eat mushrooms, but I enjoy looking for them.
just never really seen it. I know some people are definitely into that and stuff, but it's just not as popular as it is in Poland. Alright, so the last one on this list is sincerity, and honestly I feel like Poles are the #1 winners of this. So, you know, I feel like in America, everyone has kind of like a poker face going on. You can never really tell truthfully under the surface people's emotions, you know. I feel like in the US, everyone has this poker face of, ha ha ha, I'm happy, everything's great all the time. I just got shot, I'm so happy, everything's great. And honestly, it's kind of ingrained in the language. Like if you just ask someone, hey, how are you doing? Oh, good. How about you? And really, you're not good. You know, so it's kind of a part of the language as much as it is our own, you know, culture, I guess. But now comparing this to Poland, this is much different. I mean, you can walk down the street and you're not going to have someone smiling at you and faking their happiness for you. Or, you know, if you meet someone and they're smiling, you know that they're actually happy versus, you know, if they're frowning or they're upset, you actually know they're upset. So yeah, it's just definitely different than in the US. And I feel like it's really nice because it's way easier to read people in Poland than it is in the US. Like you can just talk to someone and on the surface level, they're doing great. They're so happy in all of this, but then like underneath the surface, they're completely not. So yeah, it's just a big thing in the US compared to Poland is that, you know, Polish people are way more sincere with how they actually feel towards you and just how they feel in general. So yeah, this was something that was really cool, honestly, and something I actually really love about Poland and Polish people. Alright guys, so that was 5 Polish habits that I think Americans wouldn't really understand, and it's just something that I really like about Poland and Polish people in general. So if you have any more, let me know in the comment section down below, or if there's any that you like about Americans, let me know in the comment section down below as well. And as always guys, I will see you in the next one. Dziękuję I do widzenia.
Cool. That was Polish. I don't know Polish. That was a really good video. What do you guys think about the list? Do you think that there should be anything added to it, or any of them that you don't really believe is true? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and talk to you guys in the next video. Bye guys.